Love is a beautiful thing, but sometimes, life tests it in the hardest ways. A dimly lit village home at night. A man sits outside, staring at the sky, lost in thought. The distant sound of crickets fills the air. A young couple deeply in love faced a challenge that threatened to tear them apart. The girl's parents disapproved of their relationship because the boy came from a poor family. Despite this, their love was strong, and they dreamed of a future together. Determined to provide a better life, the boy made the difficult decision to travel abroad. He took on a tough, labor-intensive job, working tirelessly to send money back home. After 4 long years, he had saved enough to bring his wife and their little child to join him. Their reunion abroad was filled with joy, and for a while, life seemed to improve. However, one fateful day, everything took a dramatic turn. While traveling on a bus, immigration officers boarded and began checking for proper documentation. The family was caught off guard. They did not have the necessary papers to stay in the country. The husband was deported back to Nigeria, leaving his wife and child to fend for themselves. Before he left, they had managed to save over £7,000, but it was not enough to secure proper documentation or stability. Their dreams of a better future were suddenly in jeopardy. Back in Nigeria, the husband desperately tried to contact his wife, hoping to hear her voice and make sense of what had happened. Each time he called, her phone was switched off. Worry and fear consumed him. Where was she? What would happen to their family? Through heartache and uncertainty, their love faced its ultimate test. Would they find their way back to each other, or would this painful separation shatter their dreams forever? Their story became one of resilience, hope, and the enduring power of love against all odds. As days turned into weeks, the husband poured himself into rebuilding his life in the village. Though friends and relatives offered support, their sympathetic words did little to ease his turmoil. Each evening, under the starlit sky, he sat outside his family's humble home, gazing at the horizon and praying for his wife and child. Meanwhile, the wife faced her own struggles. Alone in a foreign land with limited resources, she fought to maintain her spirits for the sake of their child. She searched for work but encountered numerous challenges: language barriers, fear of deportation, and discrimination. Yet, she held tightly to hope, reminiscing about the love she shared with her husband and the future they had envisioned. As months passed, her situation grew more desperate. She reached out to friends in the community, who reassured her that she was not alone. They helped her navigate her new life, offering temporary assistance. With time, she learned about local resources and found small ways to provide for herself and her child. Back in Nigeria, the husband refused to give up. He called on his extended family for assistance, and together, they pooled resources to explore legal avenues for his return. He worked tirelessly, saving every penny to afford legal representation. Each step forward filled him with renewed hope. After what felt like an eternity, a breakthrough finally came. The husband learned about a community program that could help him appeal his deportation. With the support of family and friends, he applied and anxiously waited for a decision. At the same time, his wife received a glimmer of hope. During a community meeting, she met someone who had experienced a similar situation. This new friend shared invaluable advice and resources, helping her start a small business. Determined to survive, she worked hard to create a sustainable income for herself and their child. As the seasons changed, so did their fortunes. After a long and arduous battle, the husband's appeal was successful. He was finally granted permission to return and reunite with his family. Overwhelmed with joy, he booked his flight, imagining the moment he would hold his wife and child again. As he prepared for the journey, he felt a mix of emotions: excitement, anxiety, and profound gratitude for the love that had endured despite all odds. On the day of their reunion, the atmosphere was filled with anticipation. The wife stood at the arrival gate, clutching their child, her heart racing. When she finally spotted him, time seemed to stand still. They ran into each other's arms, tears streaming down their faces. Their reunion marked the beginning of a new chapter. Together, they had survived separation, hardships, and uncertainty. Strengthened by their struggles, they vowed never to take their love for granted. Hand in hand, they faced the future, knowing that no challenge could ever break the bond they had fought so hard to preserve. If you believe in the power of love, please like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming stories. Buckingham Daddy TV.